Germany is the industrial and economic might of Europe. It's the world's third largest exporter, fourth largest economy, and lives up to its reputation of building the finest machinery in the world. Machinery that was quite attractive to Chinese manufacturing. Without German machinery, China may have never become the world's factory. And just like most countries in this series, Germany became incredibly reliant on the Chinese market. So much so that Germany has the rare privilege of having a trade surplus with China. But while Germany is an economic giant, the fatherland has been quite timid on the geopolitical stage for the past 75 years. Between German economic interests and the popularity of non-interventionism, it seemed that the Krauts were unwilling to antagonize the dragon in the east, no matter the circumstances.
The dawn chorus that no one wants to hear. Air raid sirens in Kyiv, signaling that the full-scale invasion of a European country in the year 2022 was well underway.
The invasion of Ukraine was a stark wake-up call to the entire West, particularly Germany. Ever since the end of the Second World War, the Germans believed that trade cooperation was the strongest guarantee for peace. After all, the EU sprouted out of a German-Franco trade agreement focused on coal and iron. There's no need to invade your neighbor for resources when you can just trade instead. This theory was the basis for German geopolitical strategy for quite some time, and led to deepening trade relations with Russia. But when Putin invaded his neighbor, the era of German non-interventionalism was one of the first casualties. Instead of continuing to buy Russian natural gas that funded Putin's wanton aggression, the Germans joined the parade of nations that sanctioned Russia. This was not a cheap decision, as Germany is experiencing a mild recession at the time of this recording. Germany lost more than just natural gas and economic growth as a result of the conflict. They also lost hope that trade would be a guarantee for peace.
Von nun an Jahr für Jahr mehr als 2% des Bruttoinlandsprodukts in unsere Verteidigung investieren. Diese neue Realität erfordert eine klare Antwort. Wir haben sie gegeben. Wie Sie wissen, haben wir gestern entschieden, dass Deutschland der Ukraine Waffen zur Verteidigung des Landes liefern wird.
With the economic fallout of Russia's invasion, the Germans are doing everything they can to avoid a similar situation with China and Taiwan. Germany has similar anxieties as the rest of the world when it comes to Taiwan and the South China Sea. In addition to the horrific amount of lives lost, a military contest for the island would have devastating impacts for global trade, of which Germany is a major player. About half of the world's container ships pass through the Taiwanese Strait. In order for Europe to trade with East Asia at current volumes, the South China Sea must remain peaceful. Not to mention that Taiwan is the world leader in chip manufacturing, which is a critical component for many German exports. According to Nikkei, one of the premier business publications in Japan, a China-Taiwan conflict would reduce global trade by about $2.6 trillion. As the German economy is very much dependent on globalization, they have decided to move away from being overly dependent on China in a new strategy titled Derisking. In the summer of 2023, the German government published a 61-page document outlining the new standard of German-Chinese relations. The document lists Germany's many grievances with China, including violations of human rights, neglect of international law and fair competition, and espionage plots targeted at Germany. As Foreign Minister Annalena Baerbock put it, China has changed. They have become more repressive internally and more offensive externally. China remains a partner, competitor, and systemic rival, but the systemic rivalry has increasingly come to fore in recent years. While Germany has made their intentions of de-risking from China very clear, actual concrete steps have yet to materialize at the time of this writing. But one of Germany's smaller neighbors was unafraid to take on the CCP long before it was popular. Click on the video card to watch the next segment in this series. If the video card isn't there, then become a patron to see it as soon as it's completed, all without ads.